Hey, it is Sunday. We're changing up how we're doing lives here a little bit. So instead of doing lives on Facebook, we are going to do them on Instagram TV, and we'll share them with you all on Facebook. But that said, I want to jump right into content. This week, next week, really like the next couple weeks, the end of October, beginning of November, our big focus is going to be self-care for adults, for educators, for parents, because the more conferences I speak at, the more presentations I do, the more I work with staff, there's an overwhelming theme throughout all of that, and it's that everyone is super stressed and very near burnout, and rightly so. There's a lot going on in the educational system right now, and a lot of parents are dealing with educating their children at home. So, on Wednesday, I am going to hold a self-care masterclass to teach you kind of the basics of self-care, Self-Care 101, get you started. And then we're also going to release, finally, super excited about this, I've been working on this for a long time, a full course on self-care, teaching you the history of self-care, why it's important, how to implement it in your life, how to take tiny steps to grow to your end goal, and all the areas of self-care that one needs to consider to avoid burnout and manage stress. So, right now I'm going to give you a little tip, a little trick to do to work on your self-care, something really easy to implement, and that's create a giggle list. So this involves grabbing a sticky note, a piece of paper or something, and writing down all the things that make you giggle or laugh. So for me, those things are gifts. I love gifts, and that's why I use them a lot in our emails and our courses. Memes are funny too, and beyond that, things like dancing, being around people who I know will make me laugh, and I would say those are like the big ones that make me laugh, so that's what would be on my list. And then what I did was I took that sticky note, that list, and I posted it somewhere I would see it. And when I start to feel those heavy, strong emotions of overwhelm and fear and anxiety, I will look at my giggle list and I'll choose something off of it and I will use it. So I'm involved in a group right now sometimes, and I've done this week, where I asked the group to can everyone take part in plugging in and putting in a funny GIF in the text thread. And it was amazing. People put the most funny GIFs. So for a minute and a half of my day, I had to stop and pause and just laugh. And what comes up, the chemicals that are released from laughter, shift you from your emotional brain into your thinking brain. And we need more humor in our lives to balance all the weight of everything. So create a giggle list, put it somewhere where you'll see it, reference it when you're feeling those strong emotions, and if you want more tips and tricks on self-care, I wrote a really long form blog. Usually our blogs are pretty short, sweet, to the point. This one kind of really delves into self-care. I felt like it needed more time and attention, so I'm going to link it below, and check that out. And if you're free on Wednesday at noon over lunch, I'm using my lunch break to do a self-care workshop, so join me on Wednesday at noon.